One of the things to think about when you're applying to do your masters is how you're going to fund it. Most people fund their masters either applying for a student finance postgraduate loan, which they can give you up to 10k, which should cover the master's course cost. Or potentially you can ask for your architectural practice you're working in to sponsor you, but it depends on if they have that kind of service in place, or you potentially save up to actually pay for it yourself. The course is quite expensive. I remember when I was applying, it was about £9,000 in total, but it depends what year you decide to start it and actually what university you go to. But that's just something to look into. When doing your masters, there's actually two paths you can actually take. So you can either do it full-time or you can do it part-time, especially when you're studying architecture. You tend to find that actually, if you do it full-time, it will last 2 years. If you do it part-time, it will last 3 years. I know with most traditional master's courses from, say, business or any other course, it will usually last 1 year. But with architecture, it's slightly different. There's a lot more to learn. The path I took was doing it part-time because it allowed me to then gain the work experience I needed, still earn a living and not go back to being, say, a broke student, but then still be able to kind of come out of doing my masters with a job. Whereas if you do it full time, the downside is that you come out of doing your masters competing with everybody else that's applied to finish their degree and everybody else that's done their masters, and it could be very difficult to be able to get a job that pays well or pays for the level of qualification you have, especially the age that you might be at. One thing that I get asked a lot about is the degree actually different from the masters? To be honest, in my experience, similar types of project formats, so design, you get a client brief, you have to design it, you have to go through iterations, you have to present it to your classroom, you get a crit at the end. There's still trips that they offer you throughout the year, but they're not, you don't have to go to them, but it does help inform your project. The only difference is that you potentially will have longer essays to do, less time to actually get the work done in, and there's a higher standard. So no longer are the tutors kind of expecting you to still have the teething issues of not knowing how to draw a floor plan or not knowing how to draw an elevation. They just expect that of you now. Now it's more about presenting your knowledge and your actual work in a more user-friendly way. So whether it's through really nice creative models, really nice creative sections, and there is an emphasis at the end of your masters to start to understand how to actually build this. So where it's looking at details on foundations or the wall connections or how things come together, which will help you when you actually start working. It's very important that while you're doing your masters, that even similar to what I said during your degree, you need to be making sure that you're gaining some sort of work experience during the summer. Don't waste your summers if you are actually studying it full-time, your masters. Try and get some sort of work experience, even if it's free, because it further helps to build your CV and also helps towards your PDRs. It's very important that you are still compiling your PDRs at this point, because it will allow you then to easily transition to applying for your part 3. The quicker you can apply for your part 3, the better, because then you're going from one mindset of studying and working hard to another mindset of actually, okay, this is my final qualification, I need to work hard, I need to make sure that I do my best. One other thing to bear in mind when you're studying architecture is that your final year, so say whether you're in your 3rd year because you're doing it part-time or in your 2nd year because you're doing it full-time, they will have a panel of architects that will actually review your work. So what you tend to find is that as well as your regular tutors just kind of criticizing or critiquing your work basically and giving you feedback, there is a few students that are selected to actually meet a panel of architects, usually just head of years from other universities, but they are qualified, and they will assess your work to make sure that not only is the school doing their job, but also to make sure that actually you're meeting the standard required to actually get the qualification as a part 2. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, comment down below, let me know if there's any other topics I can talk about in regards to architecture. Thanks.